we have really mastered how to make more money with less clients. That's it, because making more money with less clients is way, way easier. Welcome to Gym Owner Freedom. I am Scott Carpenter, and I am a former broke, struggling, frustrated, and overworked gym owner that felt stuck no matter what I did to try and improve the business. Once I realized that the answer wasn't what I thought it was, just getting more clients, and after really doing the math on acquisition and churn rates, I realized I wasn't even playing a winnable game to begin with. With my current price structure, mathematically, there was no way I could afford to pay my staff so I could scale up and out of the business, that I can have the time, the money, the impact, and the freedom that I always knew I was capable of. Once I learned how to add value by selling transformational programs to people who needed more than just workouts, everything changed in my life. Today, I own 6 gyms that all run without me, and I am free to pursue my passion projects and work just because I love to, not because I have to. And if that's a goal that we mutually share together, then this is the show for you. I'm going to teach you the framework to make way more money with less clients and open up a world of possibilities to you. Subscribe, leave a review, and tune in every week. It'll change your life. I promise you that. What is going on, everybody? We'll give you a minute or two to get in. Big Dave returns. He's back on the training with me. How you doing, Dave?
3 weeks in a row, baby. This is the highlight of my week every week, hanging out with you. It's so funny.
Dude,
like we're in this thing together, but we never get to hang out anymore. So like this is kind of like a reunion special.
We're so busy that I get to see you less and less.
Yeah.
You know, as time goes on, which kind of sucks. But we'll get that ironed out soon.
Yeah, for sure.
We're doing crazy. If you guys hear anything, Tesla is finishing up on the roof. They're installing solar as we speak now, which for business owners, I tell you what, if you do live in a sunny climate, I'm getting $21,000, not in a deduction this year for my taxes, in a credit.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm getting paid to put solar on my roof and have expenses. You got a big house too, Dave. So
get a big
I gotta tell you how that all works. Yeah. Yes, you get 30% of the project as a tax credit plus $1,000 from the state. So that's pretty good. All right, we're gonna get started. We got a good juicy one today. You guys probably saw the Orangetheory masked up person I put on there today, but Dave and I are gonna talk about how we would double revenue in our first year operating in Orangetheory Fitness. And Orangetheory, here's why we're talking about it, guys. Orangetheory, you guys know the model, right? It's large group, it's lower priced. Well, for group, it's medium priced, I would say, right? Medium price for group. But the difference is, and they're considered kind of the best of the best, right? You can't even get a franchise if you want. They're going to sell at a big premium, all this kind of stuff. Their operations are considered the best of the best. We know people very well that work at and run Orangetheories.
Yep.
So we know kind of what they do and what goes on and all that kind of stuff. Well, here's the thing. It's not just Orangetheory. All of the large group places that rely on a lot of volume to operate. Since the pandemic, what would you say out of 100 large volume that rely on volume, Dave, what would you say the percentages out of 100 gyms with that model that are back from COVID and like at the same level or higher? From just group only, that kind of model out of 100 gyms. What do you think that would be, Dave?
0.5%, maybe 1. I mean, it's probably 0%. I would say 1% max.
I would say, probably 1 or 2% max. Although I can't even think. I mean, we talk with a lot of gym owners. I can't even think of one off the top of my head. That is really that had a killer business and that has recovered, anything like that. And I mean, we just started working with another gym owner in Canada and phenomenal operator, has 2 locations. His top locations pre-COVID, his top location had 650 members. The guy obviously knows what he's doing. He's phenomenal. And pre-COVID, no matter what he does, he's down to 450. He just can't break past that. And likely he's not. And the big thing to realize is that after the pandemic, things are different. The equilibrium, right? You've got acquisition and however many people you sign up a month, and you've got churn and how many people you lose a month. Every market is going to have a certain equilibrium. And you can do things obviously to influence it, how great of marketing you are, how good your product is for retention. But at the end of the day, you can only do so much. The market will have an effect, right? Well, that new equilibrium is a lot lower than it used to be pre-pandemic. It could be because people they invested so much in home equipment. They're doing a lot more from home. It could be they started working with, online coaching, online trainers blew up, right? That market is saturated. Well, they're working with people that probably aren't coming to your place or my place right now as well. These are facts. But the gyms who rely on high volume were the most susceptible to this big pandemic slap that happened. And that's caused a lot of gyms to go under. That's caused a lot of gyms to struggle right now. And they're like, I don't know if I can ever get back to where I was before. And I don't know if it is possible with how things have changed and shifted. But what you can do is you can change and adapt. And we're going to talk to you about how we would do that. That's what we're talking about today, is if we're in Orangetheory, what would we do to double our revenue in the next 12 months? And Dave, you had a conversation with an Orangetheory, right?
Yeah. And that's what's kind of sparked our training today. Like we're not, let's just face the facts. Corporate, Scott and I, we're not corporate like sellouts. Like I sent a message today, like we're like Orangetheory is probably not going to be beating down our doors to sign us up to teach for the PTL way. But there's so many amazing, Joe and Sid from Fit Body Bootcamp, there's so many of these franchise owners that they're amazing freaking people. And I just talked to an amazing Orangetheory owner of multiple locations. And it's very similar. So like they were crushing it pre-pandemic. I think she has like 6 or 7 locations and they were all just crushing it. Pandemic hit, everything that you mentioned. And for the most part, she's in survival mode right now. So there's so many, like there's so many Orangetheories and they're corporate, but there's underdogs. There's still a ton of underdogs out there. And let's face the facts. They're like, I know for a fact they're not getting a large amount of support from headquarters. So for me, it was a real eye-opening experience being in this conversation when she was like, things were going so perfect. Things were so amazing. How can we turn this thing around? So she had just built in more of a mid-ticket program and they're actually building some momentum with that at one of her clubs. But then we started talking about the high ticket and she sparked a question. She's like, Dave, what would you do? Like that was the conversation. And that's why I'm like, Scott, we have to create a training on like, what would we do to turn around Orangetheory? So like comment below, I am working on an actual, we're not going to send this into corporate Orangetheory headquarters, but I'm working on my own freaking business plan for all the OTF owners out there. So comment below OTF and I'm going to send you over my version of the business plan of how Scott and I would turn this thing around. So that's going to be the big call to action today, OTF. I'm going to work on it through this weekend and I'm going to have it over to everyone before the end of the week. But there's so many underdogs out there that they're struggling, they're in a bad position, they're frustrated, and it's so damn hard to get butts in the seats these days. Even for our gym, Scott, how many freaking we get them on a discovery call, right? Like there's so many things that can go wrong between the second that lead comes in and them not showing up for the consult. So even for our gyms, in our legends who are listening, it's damn hard to have 5, 10, 15 conversations a month. That high volume model, you darn well need more than, what? How many conversations do you think they would need, Scott? 40, 50 conversations?
So many. And I mean, we know like some Orangetheories, they have a quota of making 5,000 outbound calls a month. Per quota. It's a grind right now. And I know a location not too far from us, I know what they're doing in gross revenue. It sounds impressive, but their costs are so high too. And that's the hard part with large volume is that you need so many clients, so many members, and you lose so many every month. So it's every month you got to sign up just to prevent losing ground. You got to sign up 10, 15, 20, 30 people sometimes just to prevent going backwards. And the minute something interrupts that, an algorithm shift in Facebook, this, that, the other, and as soon as something interrupts that, you're in a bad place. And because with all that volume comes the expense of the large facility, the staff, the sales commissions, you name it, all that, the ads, right?
Yeah.
It really adds up. And you're like, cool, I'm bringing some revenue. Like I know one that's doing like 50K, but guess what? That's break even. You're barely surviving at that level. And yours, if you're independent, your expenses probably aren't that high. But then again, I've seen some of these places, they have it that high. And it's just tough. It's tough out there. And we have really mastered how to make more money with less clients. That's it. Because making more money with less clients is way, way easier. Like Dave said, sometimes we go through months where it's a struggle to get people in the door.
Damn right.
We've got great stuff for organic. We've got great stuff for paid to make it as easy as possible. But guess what? We all have the dry months, don't we? And if we can make on average 4 times, 2, 3, 4 times the amount from any new member, at the end of the day, it's way easier for us. Our survivability, our ability to gain ground is so much easier when we need a quarter of the amount of clients that other people need. Makes it easy.
It's with a higher ticket, mid ticket, you're 2 or 3 conversations away from changing the entire month. You're 1 conversation away. So for anyone that's operating a large group, guys, like just having the offer on the menu, and then we'll get into like, guarantee you're having 1 person to come and sit down there in a massive amount of pain, and they will pay you thousands of dollars. Just finding 1 of those each month could, I mean, that's how we could almost double Orangetheory's revenue. It's just having 1 of those conversations every single month over month.
So the instance is somebody wrote like on a comment, hey, just double the revenue or double the price. Yeah, we know you can't just double the price, right? But, and that would be so nice. But so it's not like, yes, you need to make more money from each average client, but you're not going to be doing it by raising your low end price. So what is Orangetheory's low end price? It's their group, right?
Well, yeah, it's 150 to 220, I think, depending on like where they're at. So like, well, let's say 150 to 2.
Yeah. So they're in there depending on frequency, right? How often you're coming in. And that is what it is. That's all a low ticket offer. They're just selling workouts. That's it. They're selling a membership. They're selling workouts. But the thing is there's so many of those people that come in and sign up and that are currently working out there that want more. They actually want to change. They actually want weight loss. And very few people get it because there's nothing magic about Orangetheory's workouts. There's nothing that they're doing better than you are probably. They're probably doing some things and you're probably doing some things better. There's a wide variety of workout types. Like Dave and I were a little bit more traditional strength training, bodybuilding type. We like that kind of stuff. Orangetheory is a little bit more cardio based. This place is a little bit, we all have our own spins. CrossFit has their kind of thing. The bottom line is, for the average person, can you get results doing any one of those workouts? Hell yes, you can. Hell yes, you can. And guess what? If you're just selling workouts, you can only sell it so much. That's why in Orangetheory, you can't just double rates. It's not going to work, right? So the people who are looking for more, which tends to be almost everybody when they come in the door in the first place, those are the people that you need to have a separate offer for. Yes, they're going to work out in your normal workouts. I don't care if you do group or semi or one-on-one or a combination of all of the above. But there are some people that are going to come in. They're going to want to see a serious change in their life. They are struggling with the weight. And Dave, you kind of explained some of that the best way. Like, what is a high ticket offer? What is a mid-ticket offer?
Yeah. So the 10 out of 10 person that's in a massive amount of pain, like the first person that popped in my head is one of my guys who I'm coaching, Kent. So this is actually a perfect example. So you remember back in our golden days when we had our $30 per session semi-private session. So Kent was one of those guys. So he's paying $240 a month. And his goal coming in was to lose 50 pounds by the time he was 50. So he counted his macronutrients. I followed up with him on MyFitnessPal, and he'd work out with the guy. So he's paying, $240 a month. We lost to 50 pounds. He lost to 50 pounds. Everybody knows I'm a big lateral raise guy. I'm changing my ways now, but back in the day, it was heavy lateral raise Tuesday. He brought his son in. I remember the day he brought his son in. It was Tuesday, too heavy on the lateral raise, tweaked his strap. I didn't see Kent for 6 years. So like, long story short, we only went into acquisition, but I posted a chicken sandwich post. I love chicken sandwiches. Kent responded to my chicken sandwich post. He's like, dude, can you coach me again? And as everyone knows, I'm outside of the gym. So like, dude, we need to catch up. I got him on the phone. I was just going to get him going into Arrowhead again. And I joked around. I was like, Kent, unless you are 5 minutes away from my house in Eastmark, big boy, or you want to drive 75 miles round trip, like I can't help you. And he's like, dude, he goes, I work 5 minutes from your house. And I was like, can you work out on my tonal with me at 1:30 on Tuesdays? He's like, yeah, I can do that. So long story short, we have the official conversation. For the first time in our life, I put him through an actual, like, let's talk about you, Ken. And long story short, like, our initial conversation was he wanted to lose that because he gained the 50 pounds back. So he came in and like, Dave, I want to lose his 50 pounds again. But I actually had a conversation with Ken, probably the first conversation I ever had with Ken ever. And we pulled out of him that he's 2 years away from retirement, very religious guy. and he wanted to make an impact on the community. And he didn't know this coming into the conversation, but he's like, this isn't about 50 pounds, man. Like, I want to go out there and spread the word of what I believe in and impact people, impact my family. So long story short, Ken's coming to my house, working on my tonal, and he spent he invested $5,000 in a program. Why? Because he was in a 10 out of 10, I'm ready to change pain. Whereas prior to that, in 2016, I didn't have the real conversation. It was weight only, just like the majority of, Orangetheory clients. Most people go to Orangetheory to lose weight. We stuck there, and what happened? He was investing $240. So that's a really good example of same guy, two different conversations. One of them was workout only. The other one was like, change my life. And then that hybrid, which we didn't have, what we call our Tom Brady, the mid-ticket, is a combination of, hey, we're going to build in some accountability. We're going to personalize your nutritional strategy. We're going to hold your butt accountable. You're still coming in for workouts, and we can still charge that $599 to $799 price point. So think of like the Hormozy special, like 6 weeks, support documents, workouts, accountability. It's a great offer for someone that's not in there to impact a community, change the generational, health of their family. So that's the pain points. It's Kent in 2023. I want to impact my community. There's Kent in 2016. I just want to lose the weight. And if we would have had a mid-ticket offer at that time, he would have done that in 2016, just because it was about the 50 pounds.
Yeah. So like that $5,000 program that he bought, how long was that?
9 weeks.
9 weeks, guys. Okay. So this is your mentorship. This is your high ticket program for those people who really want to make a change. And most of you guys will sell it maybe at, say, $2,000 in Orangetheory. Okay. $2,000. So a 9 week program. So let's just roughly say it's 2 months. That's like $1,000 a month. Now, Dave is selling it at $5,000, $2,500 a month. Does that blow anybody's mind that people will pay that? Guys, when you get to a greater thing, like beyond the physical change, the weight loss or the this or the that, when you get into changing who somebody is and learn how to have that conversation, people will pay you $1,000 a month. They will pay you $2,500 a month to make this change. That's your high ticket. Now, we help the people design their high tickets based on a few things, like how confident you feel. Some of you have never sold anything more than $180 a month membership or $120 a month. We're going to start you lower till you learn the skill sets, get confident, and see that your program, you just steal ours, that people are willing to pay it and that it works. And when you get confident, we'll encourage you to raise your prices and move you along on that. But your high ticket, that's somewhere between $2,500 to $5,000 or $6,000 for like a 9 week program. Those are the kind of prices that you can charge. Meanwhile, though, if you're like, well, yeah, but not everybody can afford that. You're right. Not everybody can afford that. But what if you had another program that's 80% of that, leaving no stone unturned for you to get to where you need to be? We're talking all of the workouts, plus a custom nutrition strategy designed around foods that you like to eat, and the accountability to make sure you do it and make small adjustments along the way to guarantee your success. But that program is only Y dollars, right? Maybe that's a 4 week, a 6 week program. Maybe that is $599. Like a lot of you know. A lot of you know the gym launch play, right? The $599 6 week kind of thing. So it can be something like that, or it could even be up to $1499. But you're going to price anchor higher, right? $2,000 to $6,000. I'm like, wow, that's exactly what I need. But man, that's a lot of money. I can't afford that. And you work around objections. They can't. No problem. You have this program over here, and now it looks like a steal. Whereas if you led with that, people would be like, man, that's a lot of money. I don't know. What else you have? Well, you can come in here, get 3 workouts a week for this much. Right. So even if you suck at selling the high ticket, it's your Tom Brady, your mid-ticket offer that will just, you'll get so much more. You'll get double, triple the value of an average client just from your mid-ticket offer. Right. And it's just a streamlined version. But those high tickets, holy shit. Sometimes those high tickets are worth 10 more of regular signups. So like Dave was saying, sometimes we have people that have really bad months. It's like 2-3 weeks into the month, you're getting crap in for new business. But then the next 2 consults, you'll sell 2 high tickets at $3,000. You just brought in $6,000 in new business. And this isn't a paid in full for a year. We're talking like 9 to 12 week programs here. It changes the freaking game. So the high ticket, mid ticket, and low ticket, 3-tier offers for 3 different types of people. That's exactly what we would lead with. Orangetheory right now, they only sell low ticket stuff. They're selling a commodity. They have a lot of competition with that commodity. They've got F45. They've got all the boot camps and various brands around with that. They've got probably all the CrossFits. They've got maybe you, if you're in the group space too. There's a lot of competition. You can only go so high with that. So it's not that we're raising prices. We would raise prices. It's just we would create additional offers, high ticket and mid ticket, to offer to the clientele. What's the next step then after that, Dave?
You pick up the damn phone. This is where I get fired up. And Legends, if you're watching, you know what the next route is. You're having a conversation. I don't even have my phone because I'm recording myself. What you're doing is you're contacting every single member. No member goes without, and you can't do it. Like, here's the thing, like, we teach an email launch, right? And like, we've hired a bunch of people. We know how to run a great 3-day promotional cycle, right? But the personal touch, the boots on the ground, contacting Sheila, right? And especially if you're excited. And the Orangetheory owner I was talking with, like, she was born to sell her high ticket program. So you got to have that excitement to pick up the phone and say, Sheila, what's going on? I hope you're having a great summer. I just want to let you know we're rolling out our new mentorship program next month. You're exactly the type of person I want to go through the program. So we're onboarding a few case studies over the course of the next couple of weeks. I would love to tell you about the program. So step number one here, and if the Orangetheory owner is watching, this is your step number one. You're going to write down all of your 10 out of 10 relationships, all of your 10 out of 10, your 9 out of 10, your 10 out of 10, people that you know their kids, you know their story, and you're going to reach out to every single one of them, and you're going to invite them in for a conversation. We have this new program. I'm excited. We're not officially launching it for, whatever that launch date is. I would love to tell you more about it. Out of those 50, right? And we will teach more of a, hey, you're going to send an email because it's a great, hey, if you need details of the program, check your email. But it's the personalized outreach that is going to be the secret sauce here. Out of those 50 outreaches, guaranteed you're going to have 20 to 25 conversations. Guaranteed. So step number one is client roster. List everybody down. There's probably going to be some, terrible Toms and negative Nancy's in the group. So you're probably not going to have, one-on-one conversations with them. But anyone that you have an amazing relationship, they go to the top of your list. And then you have a lot of people that are kind of in that tweener where maybe you know a little bit about them. They have a great personality. You're still going to do an individual reach out to them. That's the beautiful thing. Still, a lot of these, let's just say, underperforming Orangetheories, they might have 300, 400, 500 clients. These are 300 to 500 clients that are coming into your studio for workouts to lose weight, but you haven't had the real discussion with them. So that's step number one. Like, the gold mine right here is probably for the first 2 to 3 months, you don't have to rely on much of a paid ad strategy at all. I would even say maybe the first 6 months, you could go all in, boots on the ground approach.
If you're an Orangetheory, if you have a big contact list of clients, former clients, and then also just the email list, right? That increase over the years. That's a huge amount. If you have that kind of a list, like kind of Orangetheory does, like you and former clients, all that, you have hundreds of thousands of dollars just sitting there waiting for you to help them. That's it. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. You don't need to do paid ads at that point.
No.
So right off the top of your head, if you're watching this, 5 to 10 clients of your own that are ready for more. They're really ready to go after it. They're ready to change it once and for all. They struggled for however many years. They've been working out with you maybe for 2 months, maybe for a year, maybe for 3 years. You know what I mean? And it's great because they would do nothing on their own and they're getting great workouts and they're right. They're keeping in shape. That's good. But they're really ready to finally make this change. Right. And you have hundreds of thousands of dollars just sitting there with conversations. That's it. Just sitting there. So that's exactly where we'd start. We'd have a high and mid ticket offer because people need more than workouts to get their goals. True or false?
Yep. Totally
true. Then you reach out to those people who most need it. Get them in a mini consult, sign them up. Right. Then what we would do is, correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, we would also bolt this onto the front end of sales.
Correct.
Right. So here's what happens, right? Is that, let's say I'm interested, I'm at home. I feel like crap about myself. I'm like, man, I've really packed on some pounds. I feel like shit. I'm low energy, like kind of let myself go. I need to make a change. Therefore, I need to start working out. Therefore, Orangetheory is around the corner. Let me call them. And I'm asking one question. If I'm calling you guys, you're listening, I'm calling you, Guess what I'm asking when I'm calling your gym? Yeah, I was kind of looking for a place to get back in shape. How much is it? What are your rates? What are your memberships? That's the only thing they know how to answer. And maybe, what times do you have? That's it. They don't know squat about their own problems. They don't know squat about what it takes to fix them. They don't really know the difference whether I go to F45 or Orangetheory or your place or my place. They don't really know a lot of that. And they think in their heads, they think, I just need to work out. Therefore, how much are your workouts? That's it. But you and I know that the likelihood of them getting to their goals with just workouts is less than 5%. 5%. Let's be generous. So Dave, this is what we did in our gym. So Dave first started this in our Glendale, Arizona gym, right? We added this small step into the sales process. We changed nothing in our marketing, nothing in our landing pages, nothing in ads, nothing anywhere. We just added our high ticket offers, and we started this little additional step that we call a discovery call when a lead comes in. We changed what we did when the lead came in. And in the first 4 weeks, which was, holy shit, 3 years to the day, I believe. It was like, I think it was like August 14th or 15th to September 14th. In that 30-day span, you sold over $40,000 in new business. And that was before we even raised prices and stuff like that. So, but what you led with was a 5 to 10 minute discovery call. Dave, tell me about that.
Yeah, so this is how I relate it to an Orangetheory, right? Like, so that first 3 to 5 minutes, it's very important because a lot of people come in calling into these big groups, they will walk over you. Okay, so it's very important to establish that frame. So kind of in my Orangetheory business plan, and keep in mind OTF below if you want this business plan, I would want you to focus that first 60 seconds on building a strong frame to where you're in charge of the conversation. So the key here is you're going to ask them a series of questions. Okay, the first question is the biggest one. You're going to have them to describe what they're struggling with. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people here that are calling into the Orangetheories, they're not going to really open up. They're just going to say, hey, I'm just calling in for workouts. You will get that camp. I don't know the percentage, but I guarantee, especially once you get good at the discovery call, you're going to get a percentage of people saying, well, I'm kind of struggling with my weight. It's been kind of, plateaued for the last, 2 to 3 years. And then you have a couple more follow-up questions. Well, tell me a little bit more about your nutrition. All of a sudden you're pulling back that scab and you're like, oh, wow, I'm actually in a little bit of pain. So what we would utilize this discovery call with the Orangetheory is to put them in my buckets. So you're still going to have the bucket of people that are like, hey, they're not willing to talk about, here's my gut. Everyone's in pain. I'm in pain. Scott's in pain. Everyone's in pain. But some people aren't going to be willing to have that conversation day one. Okay. The person that's not willing to have that conversation day one, guess what? You don't have to put them through the entire PC process. Get them in, sign them up, and guess what's going to happen? Then they're going to start seeing the transformations that are going on. What they're paying you for at that point is $150 to $200 to be in your transformational garden. So that's in my business plan I'm writing up. That's what your lower ticket offers for. Don't change a damn thing with it because Orangetheory, I guarantee you guys get great workouts. That's filling your garden. Okay. We can utilize that discovery call. Therefore, you're not spending 45 minutes with a prospect where at the end of the day, they're probably just going to be the best bet's going to be starting them off with workouts. The percentage of people, though, that there's some pain there, they're talking about what they're struggling with. They're talking about how this is a 10 out of 10 priority. Then you would shift them into the sales process, which we teach with Greenlight or PT Legends. Then you would take them through that 40 to 45 minute conversation. They will be primed and ready to either do your high ticket mentorship program or keep in mind you're so price anchored in, guarantee we can sell a bunch of the mid tickets at that. What I'm picturing in my head for Orangetheories are $499 to $699 for the 6-week program.
Yep, exactly. And so you don't have, it's not that we're saying go big or go home on a sale, right? The discovery call will set it up to get them thinking about it takes more than workouts to get to where I want to be. And we challenge them to think about how it affects them other than just the weight. Okay, cool. I want to lose 10 pounds. Cool. But how is that affecting you every day? How does that affect your self-confidence? How does that affect your social confidence? And with that discovery call, we really open them up to think about this in a new light. It props up and sets up to really get them ready to make a change. And that's our high ticket. That's our mid ticket. And by the way, I can only see so many comments right now, but Michelle, David, Kenneth, even though you accidentally put OTO instead of OTF, we'll send you the plan. We'll send it to you over Afterwards, Dave will shoot it over to you, or we'll get the team to shoot it over to you. But yeah, and if you're listening to this later, comment on their OTF as well. We'll send it to you as well, even if you're watching this in the recording. But yeah, so that discovery call is, God, it's super important. It really props everything up. It really props everything up. And if you get a time waster in front of your hands, somebody who just overrides, who just wants to know the price, cuts you off, just tell them the price.
Yep.
And either you're getting a sign up or you're not wasting your time, right? You're not wasting 60 minutes of your time in a consultation with them. But by ignoring all these people who actually want to change, Orangetheory is leaving a massive amount of money on the table. My question to you is this: are you also leaving a massive amount of money on the table? Guys, 2 high tickets a month, just selling 2 high tickets a month, and you'll get great renewals out of them. We can teach exactly how to have that renewal and lock them in for 6 to 12 months at high ticket. But just selling 2 a month, you will make an extra $100,000 a year easily. And that's not like revenue. Like, you're not really, the fulfillment on this is very easy. It is not adding hardly anything. So onto your payroll, the massive chunk of that 100 grand is going to be profit. And that's how we have successfully fought the volume game. We don't get more and more and more clients. We got to grow. We got to grow. We got to grow. We got to grow. There's massive resistance in the marketplace to that. We just make more money with the same amount of clients or fewer clients than we used to work with. We are way more profitable. We need far fewer leads. We have far less of a job on lead nurture and cold calls and you name it. It's way easier with less clients. More dream clients that want to pay you more money, that value what you do. It's a really good recipe. So when you look at an Orangetheory, let's say their ARM or ACV, whatever you call it, average revenue per member per month, or average client value per month, whatever it is, whatever metric you use, let's say it's $180, okay, for an Orangetheory or something. That could be low. I don't know. $180. Let's say it's $200. Say it's $200, okay? And let's say somebody's got, how many members we want to work with? So let's say they got 200 members, right? What is that? 200 times 200, 40 grand a month?
40 grand. There we go.
That'd be simple math.
That's right.
40 grand a month. The hardest thing in the world for them to double that, because they probably want to get to 400, right? The hardest thing for them to go is 200 members to 400 members. That's a freaking dog fight. That is a dog fight. And it might not be winnable for everybody, okay? The easiest way for them to do it is to double their ACV, double their ARM. If the average member pays $400, they're going to double their money with the same number of clients. Think about that for a second. Think in your gym, you've got however many members you have. Unimportant how many, 120, 220, 300, 500, doesn't matter. Think about you making double your revenue with the same number of clients you have right now. How would that change your entire life in a massive way? Because again, your expenses aren't scaling much with that at all. So you could double it, but you're probably tripling, quadrupling your profit at this point because your fixed expenses don't grow with it. Your payroll that'll go out on the fulfillment of this is very low. So you'll do incredible with it. But that's the easiest way, guys, is like, if you're at 100 members, you're like, hey, I need to get to 200, but I've been able to break 120 for 6 years. Guys, I'm telling you what, this is the easiest way to go by far. And everybody's not paying double. You still have your low ticket, but you'll get a good amount of high ticket. You'll get a lot of medium ticket and you'll get low ticket, right? As you replace these people. And before long, you look a few months into it, you have doubled your ARM. Changes the freaking game. And you can do this in an Orangetheory. You can do this in a CrossFit. You can do this in a boot camp style place. There's so many different models that you can bolt these things into. So yeah, Dave, what are we going to do for fulfillment? How would we change that if we were an Orangetheory?
Yeah, it's really simple. So I've slept on this before this training. So typically you're not going to have a ton of mentorship clients for each location. Okay. So like the owner that I'm thinking of right now is the conversation that I had earlier in the week. So I would pick her number one person, probably going to be a mom that has some type of nutritional background. She would be a mentor at multiple locations. Therefore, we don't have to find 5 or 6 mentors to do the fulfillment. It's hard to find a good fulfillment mentorship coach. So like out of, let's just say the 6 locations who I'm thinking of, like you need to find 1 or 2 to do your higher ticket. The beautiful thing is with the mid ticket, it's more of an accountability touch-based program. So you could have 1 person at each location. So then we're not adding a ton of bells and whistles there. You need 1 or 2 of your top mentorship people that have a little bit more personality, a little bit more life experience, because that's where a lot of your mentorship conversations are going to go. So I'd highly recommend most of your clients at Orangetheory, I'm guessing they're going to be moms. Okay. So I would have 1 or 2 mom mentors, and then I would have an accountability coach at each location. I think from a fulfillment angle, it's that simple. Then everyone is going to have some type of customized habit tracker. Okay. From the accountability ones, you're still building in out some habits. You're still doing an accountability touch base to make sure that they're following through with their plan, answering any questions. And the key is the only addition in your higher ticket program is they get that one-on-one meat and potatoes conversation at the end of each week. So it's just a higher level. Like, are you paying a lot for that additional conversation? Hell yeah. Is it worth every penny? Yes. Why? Because people have limiting beliefs. They know exactly what to do, but they're not doing it. That's what that mentorship call is for. It's figuring out like, hey, why aren't you doing the things that we're telling you to do? What adjustments do you need to make the next week? So in my head, I'm thinking like just 1 location, you need 1 mentor, 1 accountability coach. If you're just doing 1 location, it could be the mentor does all the mentoring and all the accountability. As you would scale, because a lot of your Orange series are going to have multiple locations. It's 1 mentor probably for 3 to 4 locations, an accountability coach at each club.
Yeah, it's really easy, guys. Let me summarize this for you. So if I'm an Orangetheory, I'm going to change nothing with the workouts. It ain't broke. Don't fix it. People love the workouts. Keep it going. Okay. No changes there. When we sell higher mid ticket, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's basically giving them the habits that they need to do to make progress. It's very simple. What do you need to do every week? Right. And yeah, the workouts are there. We have some daily movement. We got some nutrition stuff, and we got a little bit of routine structure. So if it's a high ticket, for high ticket, mid ticket, you're going to do a one-on-one onboarding. We're going to learn about their lives, figure out what changes they need to make, and put it on a tracker. And if it's a high ticket, you're going to hold a 15-minute Zoom call once a week for each client. That's all you've got to do. If it's a mid ticket, it's the exact same program, exact same tools, exact same process. The only difference is you're just going to check in on them virtually, whether it's through the app or text or whatever it is. Guys, that's it. High ticket, to do something like Dave did, $5,000 for 9 weeks. It's an onboarding session, and it's a weekly Zoom that's 15 or 20 minutes. That's it. And if it's the mid ticket, it's the onboarding to build out and customize their plan. Same deliverables. You just check in with them virtually to see how they did. It's that simple. And to fulfill that, it's super easy. Like Dave said, either you or somebody on your staff who's personable, who likes to work with people, who has a little bit of confidence to help somebody steer them in the right direction, make the suggestions with them. That's all you need. That's all you need. You need 1 person that can handle a lot. Like in Dave and our situation, we have, even in 1 location or 3 locations, we have 1 person that does it in all 3. She doesn't even do anything in-house either at the gyms. She's all just does it all virtually.
And she's in upstate New York too. So that just goes to show you.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, you didn't even know that. Yeah,
I've never even met her.
Christina's in upstate New York, so that just goes to show you she actually does all the mentoring for all of our local locations. So she's a mom before. She's building an online movement, and I had a conversation. I'm like, do you want to build this, or I can just give you all the clients? Like, you're the best in the world at what you do. And so that's how we found our mentor. So 1 person for our all of our valley-wide locations. So that just goes to show you it's very easy once you find a couple of key members. And then as the manager, the GM of the Orangetheory, then you don't have to I talk to Christina once every 2 to 3 months. Like she's that locked in. So
cool. And I've never met her. At this point, I don't think I know over 50% of the employees at the different locations and everything like that, which is great. I prefer it that way, but
can I say something, Scott? Because I'm a little bit fiery up here. I had a great conversation with Ken. So
let's do it.
We talk about a lot because you guys aren't going to click on something if I say double the impact. The Orangetheory owner that I talked with this week, she wants to get her revenue back, but she wants to make an impact. And So this training really should be say how Orangetheory can double their impact. And the story I'm going to tell is my guy Kim. So, oh man, I'm getting a little choked up. So he came in for his tonal session, his Fit in 15 tonal session. And selfishly, I'm like, Kim, we need to lose this last 5 pounds. You're going to be my billboard for green light. We're building our location. I'm like, you're going to be the guy. And he's like, Dave, this isn't even about the weight for me anymore, man. And he's like, for the first time in my life, my body is pain-free. So like for me, selfish, I'm like, let's lose this weight. You're going to be your billboard. Like, hey, that's an impact, man. He's the kid's 6'8", big dude, gentle giant. And like, so we're crying upstairs. Like my wife was like, what the hell is going on up there? But like, that's what we're really in this business for. Like every single gym owner out there, all you Orangetheory owners, all these small box owners, is about impact more than anything. So Scott and I are teaching tools on, how to make more money, charge more. But at the end of the day, if your heart and soul is aligned with making more impact, like that's what it's truly about. I know it is for me. So I just wanted to say, like, it's how Orangetheory can double their impact, not just their revenue.
Absolutely. And that's so important, guys. And yeah, it's not the sexy stuff that's going to get you to watch a training, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When you're trying to struggle to make ends meet and build a life for you and your family as a business owner, it just isn't. But that is so freaking important, and it makes what you do so special. It's why I got into the fitness world and quit the corporate world. I didn't do it to make money. I did it to make an impact. And then this is why I show up here every single Thursday. This is why I work so freaking hard at PT Legends to make gym owners and fitness professionals successful, because I've been through the worst of the freaking worst as an owner, and so close to bankruptcy multiple times. We're talking lawsuits, sleepless nights, feeling like I was going to have a heart attack. Like, we know what it's like to own gyms and be so freaking worried you're not going to be able to provide for your family, or you're doing okay, but you're just stuck. And you're like, I am not realizing my potential in life, and I don't know what to do about it. I've been at this for years, and some of you are losing ground, right? And some of you are stuck, but just like, I don't know how to move forward and grow. That's my level of impact. I love that. Working with gym owners to help them build the businesses that can help them lead their dream lives and get out of the shit. Like, that is so important to me. That's where my impact comes in. And I'm working more. I'm retired. For those of you who don't know, with my gyms, I'm retired. But I'm working now way more than I have in a very long time, because this is so freaking important to me. And the stories that are coming from you and how your lives are changing is unreal. That's it. Dave's totally right. It's all about that impact. It makes everything in life worthwhile, because money is just money. But hey, it's what gets clicks.
Well, it clicks. That's an important image you put today. I was like, holy jumping. We got a mask. We got goggles on. That's what gets people to click, though, man. Yep.
And that's the same thing. We teach organic strategy. Like, we have done for you organic stuff that we just give to the gym owners that we work with that freaking works. The stuff grabs their attention and indoctrinates them. It shows them that they need more than just workouts to get their goals. And it just draws in high ticket clients into your gym. It's important. You got to know the marketing stuff in order to get somebody to give you money in order for you to make an impact.
And that's a different discussion. It just hit me. Like, imagine all of these Orangetheory owners.
Oh. Imagine
how many former clients that are following them on social media. Like, that's a whole different animal. But like that I need to update the business plan.
They have so much money in every club that's just sitting there untapped, because we didn't even talk about organic marketing strategy, right? Yeah.
I'll add that to the business. OTF, guys. If you want the Orangetheory business plan, then OTF, and we'll get it over to you.
Type in OTF. If you're listening to the recording, no problem to either email us or find this recording, which will live in there. Put OTF on there. We'll make sure to get to you, whether you're watching this a month, 2, 3, 6 months later. Not a problem. But so yeah, in order of operations, guys, here's what we would do to double revenue in Orangetheory. Orangetheory has a massive advantage because they have been in business for a very long time. They have huge lists. They work with a lot of people. They have tons of former people, because churn is so high with large group. We all know that. So number one, your price and offers. We would add a high and a mid-ticket offer, not just the low-ticket offer, right? Yep. We would have conversations with every single current and former member. That is the low-hanging fruit, where you get hundreds of thousands without even doing anything on your marketing. Then adding the discovery call into the sales process on the front end, for all the new people to be able to sort them in the right buckets and make the right sale. And then on fulfillment, literally change nothing with the workouts. That is a streamlined beast. And then the fulfillment on the high and mid ticket is very, very easy, adds very little work. And you just find the right person to own it. That's it. Those 4 steps. You got anything left to add, Dave?
No, I think we covered it, man. This is it, man. We're living in a world in 2023. You're not going to survive the volume game much longer.
Yeah.
Like it's hard as hell, even with having what we do. Like it's hard to have the conversations that we want to have. Like our guys are only having, 8 to 12 conversations a month. This my gut keeps on saying in 2 to 3 years. I just don't know if the volume game is going to be a valuable option anywhere in the fitness industry.
It's certainly taken a nosedive since COVID. And you have to switch something. I know a lot of gym owners who are just on the cusp, just trying to survive, or like they're just getting by and they've taken a huge pay cut and increased the work hours or cut staff. And guys, it's not going to get better unless you make it. The worst thing to do is just be like, shit, and just hope things, try to run new ads and this and that, maybe marginally, and then it stops. And like, you can't just keep going how you're going if you're stuck. You need to do something different. Don't wait until you slowly bleed out, either of money or of your own willpower. Like, how long can I keep doing this? And I'm just burned out. You got to do something different and give it a shot to make this business what you want for you and your family. You can't just slowly bleed out. It's like poker chips. So if you're getting low on a stack on a poker chips, you're really scared to kind of go in on a hand because, right, you might bust out. But if you're heading that way anyways, that's the only way you can get back in the game and win. You've got to take some calculated risks and go for it. Hey, just a quick reminder to everybody, if you are ready to start making an extra $10,000 more this month, every month, by making more money with less clients with transformational programs and create a consistent flow of high quality leads, you can learn more about what it's like to work with me and my team at PT Legends and how ridiculously affordable it is at CoachScottCarpenter.com. It is such a no-brainer that it more than pays for itself when we teach you how to enroll just two case study clients. Really, that's it. So go to CoachScottCarpenter.com and learn more about it. That's it, guys. Dave, thank you so much. Dude, we got to get together in person sometime. It's been forever.
I get to see you quarterly, even though we live in the same city. So
I know it's wild. But anyways, guys, we're going to come back to you next Thursday, same time, 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Show up right here in Gym Owner Freedom. We got your back. Type Orangetheory Fitness or OTF. We'll send you the stuff. We'll see you next week. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you are ready to start making an extra $10,000 a month or more this month by making more money with less clients and create a consistent flow of high-quality leads, you can learn about what it's like to work with me and how ridiculously affordable it is at CoachScottCarpenter.com. And if you got any value out of this episode, please pay it forward and leave a review for this show. It helps other gym owners find the answers to the huge problems that we all share. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.